There's no such thing as a small disaster. So when you call 1-800-WATER DAMAGE of North Dakota, we come prepared to restore your life back to normal. From burst pipes to unexpected mold discoveries or fire damage, when things couldn't be worse, we come to you with our best. With empathy, local expertise, and a truck full of seriously powerful equipment. 1-800-WATER DAMAGE of North Dakota. Restoring what matters most. 701-670-2022.
Hello and happy Tuesday afternoon to you. This is First Alert Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Russ Thomas. We have a cloudy day. Well, we've seen some sunshine come out in some areas, so not completely cloudy. Temperatures about the average for this time of year. A couple areas just slightly below, but on par with what we typically see for what is now mid-April. April the 14th. Hard to believe we are here. That's exactly what we've got, though. Generally speaking, a light breeze across the region. Not a lot to talk about in terms of strong winds or any rain, snow today. A couple scattered showers here and there. I do want to jump ahead, though. First, we're going to look outside, but I do want to talk to you about a First Alert weather day that is in place now for our Friday, and we will get to that in just 1 second. You can see right here what we're looking at, Dakota Magic Camera, and again, a generally cloudy day with just a little bit of sun shining through in our southern locations, others getting a little bit more snow. Let's go ahead and jump ahead, take a look at our temperatures right now, and here's where we stand. 48 Fargo, usually about low to mid 50s for this time of year. So again, we'll warm up about 3-4 more degrees, I do believe. So low 50s is what we're going to hit. 55 in Oaks right now, 54 Sisseton, a little cooler up north, 45 in Langdon, 42 in Thief River, 47 in Detroit Lakes. Now, let's take a look at what we're first alerting you to. This is for Friday. Starting Wednesday and Thursday, sunshine, warm temperatures, in fact, a couple of the warmest days. Thursday in particular, I think maybe the warmest day we've seen so far this year. High temperatures in the 60s and 70s. Jumping ahead to Friday, rain, freezing rain, snow and wind, so travel impacts certainly possible. And the timing of this system, as it looks right now, is it's going to move in during those morning hours. Do want to remind you this weather update is brought to you by 1-800-WATER DAMAGE of North Dakota. Now let's go ahead and get into that alert. So again, it's on Friday, our first alert weather day, cold front bringing wintry precipitation. We're going to take a look at the timing and the track of the storm coming here in just a second. I do want to let you know we're still 3 days away. So again, looking at the European model, could have some adjustments here and there. In fact, we've had a little bit of an adjustment since yesterday, and it's good news in that it looks like the system going to move through a little quicker, perhaps maybe a little earlier in the day, which necessarily isn't helpful out there. What we're speaking of is that potential during those morning hours, during that morning commute of seeing some frozen precipitation. I think the better part of the story is that the system looks like it's going to move through a little bit quicker. Threats, ice accumulation, of course, strong winds as well. So we're starting 7 o'clock on Thursday. A couple of raindrops here or there. Thursday going to be, as mentioned, a very warm day. Warm front pushing through the region. Winds out of the south driving those temperatures up. We're going to go ahead and move overnight into early morning on Friday. This is right around 2 o'clock. A little bit of light rain pushing its way into the western portion of the region. Winds out of the north as the cold front moves through. By 4 a.m., we're watching areas like 29 north of Grand Forks, portions of the Devil's Lake Basin. This is where you have the best chance early in the morning, when we're talking again about 4 o'clock in the morning, of seeing some of that light mix of precipitation, maybe freezing rain, a part of that. Grand Forks, you're right on the edge there. Looks like right at that point, you're going to be in rain. But by the time we get to about 8:30 in the morning, take a look here. A large area of freezing rain potential. So what are we watching out for? We're watching out for some slick roads. Again, temperatures will have been very warm for our Wednesday and Thursday, so it's going to take time for any ice accumulation, but should we see it for several hours, and it looks like we might as this system moves through, there is at least a several hour window, we could see some slick spots on the road. Anytime we're talking about ice, that is a concern. That is something we keep a close eye on. You can also see the areas of blue indicating we're going to have the potential for snow. 11 o'clock in the morning, again, we're still looking at that window right there. Grand Forks, North 29, parts of northwest Minnesota, where we are going to have the potential for freezing rain, some snow behind that. Now, I mentioned the system moving through quickly. We're walking through this slowly. I can tell you that by Friday evening, the precipitation will be out of the region, but you can see Grand Forks, Fargo getting in on a little bit of snow by later in the afternoon on Friday. Now, by the time we get to Friday night into Saturday morning, north wind system is cleared out of the region, so some good news there. Jumping ahead to Saturday morning and really into Saturday afternoon, we're looking good. System clears out. Could see a few remaining snowflakes on Saturday morning. So what about that ice potential? This is throughout the day. By the time we get to 11 p.m. Friday evening, the expectation is we've got northern Red River Valley, Grand Forks, even spreading down not too far from Fargo. Then you head out toward Devil's Lake Basin, but in particular watching up areas toward Roseau, Thief River, Baudette, Warroad. Those are areas that could see maybe a tenth of an inch or more of ice. And again, it doesn't take a lot of ice to cause real issues on the roadway. So again, you see this large area here. Now, by the time we get to the later afternoon hours, I think the main issue with ice is going to be earlier in the day. Let's say about, 4 or 5 in the morning through about 4 or 5 in the afternoon. By the time we get to the evening hours, not so much a concern. Now, as far as snow goes, really not expecting a lot in terms of accumulation. In fact, right now, looking at lighter amounts, and again, because it's so warm on Wednesday and Thursday, and it's just been warmer in general, very little expected in terms of any accumulation. So ice is the bigger concern here as opposed to those opportunities for snowfall. We look at what's going on right now, satellite radar, just a couple of raindrops, southernmost portions of the region. Otherwise, we're going with that mostly cloudy sky. Here's what we've got this afternoon, 54, 4 o'clock, 52 Valley City. We're going to cool down tonight under a mostly clear sky. Not that it's going to be all that chilly tomorrow morning. In fact, we're going to see mid to upper 30s. That's above average as far as our lows go tomorrow morning. Just a couple light showers during the early morning hours on Wednesday. Then we get that sunny sky. Temperatures really warming up thanks to a southerly breeze. Let's walk through to about 4 or 5 o'clock. We're going to go ahead and see those numbers jumping up into the 60s, maybe even 70s. We'll have those numbers for you in just 1 second. And then we take a look at our Thursday afternoon. Again, we are looking good. So here's what we've got for you tomorrow morning. We've got our numbers mid-30s, upper 30s, a few low 40s. Tomorrow we'll bring a mostly sunny to partly cloudy sky. 71 in Fargo tomorrow, 70 Cooperstown, 70 Carrington, 71 for Sisseton, Lisbon, and Jamestown. So good numbers out there. Again, one of, if not the warmest days of the year tomorrow. And then we get even a little bit warmer on Thursday, 64 Roseau, 65 Thief River. So again, 60s, western Minnesota, a lot of 70s, eastern North Dakota. By the way, 68 in Grand Forks. Again, you see northeast North Dakota. Find your location there, mid-60s, upper 60s, a few low 70s. Warren 68, Ada 68, Mahnomen 65. How about Bemidji? 63 degrees. You head farther south, Lakes Country, mid to upper 60s. All the sunshine icons. It's going to be a beautiful day. 70 Wapton. Again, we mentioned those low 70s. Lemoore and Ellendale coming in at 72. Now, what about Thursday? Again, a very warm day. How about 75 in Wapton? 73 Fergus Falls, Alexandria, mid-70s. We've got Fargo at 71. We're actually going to warm to 73 around 5 o'clock. This is our 4 o'clock temperature. One other thing I want you to notice, take a look at these northern areas. Talk about that cold front starting to spill into the region later on Thursday, in particular into Thursday night and Friday, but we're already starting to see the impacts of that in Langdon Thursday. So we've got 35, 30 in Rolla. That's Thursday afternoon at 4 o'clock. Meanwhile, in the southern half of our region, we've got mid-70s. Huge discrepancy there in our temperatures. Here's what we've got for our weekend forecast. It is going to be cooler. 37 on Saturday. We've got 48, mostly sunny Sunday. So again, Friday, the transition day, we go from very warm to chilly, strong winds. We talked about potential for ice. We're going to stay chilly on Saturday. Could see a couple snowflakes early, but I think a lot of sunshine by the afternoon. It will be very windy. 48, mostly sunny on Sunday. Here's a look at our 11-day planner. We go 71, 73 Wednesday, Thursday, 42 on our first alert weather day on Friday. For that mix, for that ice, for the snow, for the wind. That's what we have that first alert weather day called. 37 Saturday, a nice rebound on Sunday, 48. Then we're back in the 60s next week, 61, 65, 64. Then we shoot back down into the 50s as we head toward the second half of next week. So again, as we've seen so much recently, bouncing around numbers-wise, the nice thing is the days that are warmer, they're much warmer. They're feeling better as we progress through the month of April. Low mid-70s, 42, 37, then we're right back up in the 60s by the early and middle part of next week. So again, all in all, not a bad forecast. Really watching Friday as that day. Again, with the ice coming as expected right now with the European model timing, if you are in the northern half of the viewing area. If you're up in northern Red River Valley, including Grand Forks, if you're in northeast North Dakota, if you were in northwest Minnesota, certainly the potential is there for some freezing rain right around that morning commute. Could be slick out there. Please keep that in mind for our Friday morning as we approach it. Timing, track will hone in a little bit better with the weather models, and we can give you more exacts in terms of timing. But as far as what we expect right now, that potential is there during those early morning to late morning, even early afternoon hours in some of our northernmost locations as that cold front passes through. It's going to be windy. So where we see snow, we're not going to see a lot of snow, but the opportunity is going to be there for blowing snow, wind gusts 30, maybe even 40 plus as that very strong front moves through. And again, it is going to be cold out there. So something to watch out for. We'll be watching out for that for you. Saturday, a chilly day, but then a nice recovery in time for next week. Overall, not bad. Just that one window we are watching, and we'll continue to watch it for you. Hope you have a wonderful afternoon and evening, and get ready. Wednesday and Thursday are looking fantastic. Just a reminder, this weather update has been brought to you by 1-800-WATER-DAMAGE of North Dakota. Hope you have a wonderful evening.
There's no such thing as a small disaster. So when you call 1-800-WATER-DAMAGE of North Dakota, we come prepared to restore your life back to normal. From burst pipes to unexpected mold discoveries or fire damage, when things couldn't be worse, we come to you with our best. With empathy, local expertise, and a truck full of seriously powerful equipment. 1-800-WATER-DAMAGE of North Dakota. Restoring what matters most. 701-670-2022.